Emily, by the way.
Reggie Grant, my pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Reggie. We're at esportsinstructions.com's football camp and combine training at Fullerton College at Sherbeck Field. I'm here with Reggie Grant. Mr. Grant, why is a training camp like this so important for athletes?
Well, number one, the dynamics of getting recruited to college has changed so much in the last 5 or 10 years. Kids need to know, number one, how to go out and perform at these combines. It's important to go to camps and combines to get exposure so that they learn exposure nationally and locally and regionally, so the colleges know who they are. Every college, the big schools can go everywhere and do everything, but the small schools don't sort of have that reach or that budget, especially with the constraints we have right now, the rules and regulations of NCAA, the NAIA, and all those regulatory organizations. So what the schools are able to do, if you can go online and see kids' profile or information, that gives them access to that kid. The kid gets seen by more schools. There's more opportunities for them to go to college. Not everyone's a D1 player. There's only 106 or so D1 schools, and then you have the double A's and the NCAA, the Division 2s and Division 3s and NAIA schools. So to get exposure, and so what we have in these kinds of events is we help the kids get prepared to perform at those big combines. Like the Nike Combine is going on today as well. There's another big combine going on, and they charge a significant fee for those. But if you're not prepared to perform, or if you're not one of the elite 150.ESPN or scout.com that has already ranked you, it's hard to come up the ranks and be recognized, especially if you don't know how to perform. So many kids go to those events and they're physically in shape and they don't know what they need to do to perform well at a high level at those events. And so what we do at these kinds of events is prepare them to perform at those events.
So what skills are the players learning at this training camp to be able to go on to the bigger ones?
Well, we all the specific events that they do at the big camps. We go over the 40, how to run a 40, how to improve things, the skills and drills you need to use and work on when you're at home to improve your times. How to run the shuttle drill, what the standing broad jumps like, the muscle ball throw, the vertical jump, all those skills. We work with them on and talk to them about the whole process of the competition at those events and how to make yourself be known and seen and also have the best possible foot forward when you actually go to those events.
So what can an athlete do to set themselves apart from the other athletes that are coming here?
Compete and perform at a high level. But again, everybody is not going to be that super elite guy, but what you want to do is show your best skill set, to show the schools that you are able to compete, because that's one of the biggest things they want to do, is many schools are going to give you a scholarship if you haven't come to one of their camps and their campuses, to actually show them that you're ready to compete at the different levels. Competing at the high school level is completely different. The practice dynamics are completely different than it is when you actually go to the college, especially big time programs where you're competing every day.
One thing I noticed looking on the website was you asked that the players bring their SAT scores or show that they have grades to be able to get into colleges. How important is that for the athletes to have good grades?
No grades, no play. It's real simple. Right now, with NCAA rules, which is the most stringent, that's why I keep going back to the most strict guidelines for someone to be qualified to perform at the college level, is you tie your SAT or ACT score, standardized tests, to your GPA, and that sees whether or not you got qualified to actually perform and play in college that first year. So it's significant. Plus, you can't get a scholarship without the proper qualifications in terms of SAT, ACT, and GPA combination. So without grades, you can't play, and it's virtually impossible. And the better grades you have, the more opportunities you have as an athlete, especially if you're not from a big-time school, if you're not getting that big-time exposure, you need those opportunities.
How important do you think a player's attitude is in playing football on any level?
Life, attitude determines your altitude in any element of life, not just football, but in life, as a person, as an individual, as a human being. If you don't have the right attitude, you won't succeed. You won't emulate people, you won't have people that are helping you to move where you need to go, and no one succeeds without help and assistance and guidance and support from other people. So no one is an island unto themselves. We all need other people, so it's important that you have the right attitude, have the ability to interact with other people, And if you have the wrong skills, especially in football, like football, you won't be able to interact with other people. So, you have to work together.
And now, Mr. Grant, I want to know a little bit about your background. Why did you choose to start these camps? Why football? What's your background in it?
Well, again, I'm a teacher, English teacher at the high school level right now in the state of California. I coached football for the last 7 years. Been involved with sports my whole life. I actually grew up in Seattle, Washington, Chief South High School. Attended the University of Oregon football scholarship. I was recruited primarily out of high school for track and football. And then I understood that young men have the best opportunity. Sometimes kids don't understand. They say, I want to go to SC or I want to go to Florida. And, but they don't want you. You want to go where you want it, you love it, you appreciate it. And that's how I ended up at the University of Oregon, graduated there. Was fortunate to be drafted to play for the year at Johnson. And then I had an opportunity to go to camp, play at the CFL and I played a little bit with Miami, so I had some experience and background. I was in the software business before I became a teacher 10 years ago. And we created a software product in sports instruction for e-playbook, which is an electronic one-on-one basic football, electronic football deal, software. So I've been around the industry for all my life. When I was in the football realm, I was a businessman before I became a teacher and a coach. And I just talked to people, and they were just in need.
You have a nice
to make good decisions and be informed. It's all about knowledge. Knowledge is power. Without the knowledge, you have no power. And I'm also involved with the group that was the premier organization for African American high school athletes and national African athletes, the boxing sport. We've been around for 22 years, and we have people like Golden Scholar, Myron Bowles, in high school, Justin Taylor, 39th overall draft pick in 2007, Joe McCoy, 3 overall pick in 2007 and 2008, and Kenny years they blend together and take games and the 6 overall pick. And more importantly, our kids have 3.5 GPA. And when we hear of a big event in Los Angeles, where we fly the top 5 or 6 kids in from around the country, then we actually host a free football camp. And the camp is, look at football. We want to talk to the kids about academic success and performance and the importance of academics and how without academics you would never have an opportunity to perform. No matter how fast you run, how high you jump, you won't get those opportunities. So you do what you enjoy and you showcase your skills.
All right. Well, Mr. Grant, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with me today.
Pleasure's all mine.
And this is Emily Harlan on SportsNetUSA.net.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Scholarship USA.
Okay, perfect.